Recording in progress.
On to order the regular meeting of the Rio Dell City Council. Roll call, please.
Mayor Barnes,
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Carter,
Here.
Councilmember Orr,
Here.
Councilmember Woodall,
Here.
Councilmember Wilson.
Excused. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ceremonial matters. Proclamation. Should I come over there or do you want to come over here?
No, it will if I say out.
Both of, out.
Somebody go take a picture.
Yes, someone need photos. A video or something. Proclamation of the City of Rio Dell honoring Karen Dunham on her retirement as city clerk. Whereas Karen Dunham has been employed full-time with the City of Rio Dell since December 1981, serving with distinction in the capacity of Assistant City Clerk, Deputy City Clerk, City Treasurer, Administrative Assistant, and as City Clerk. And whereas Karen served as an Assistant City Clerk from December 17th, 1981 to April 3rd, 1983. As Deputy City Clerk from April 4th, 1983 to December 31st, 2000. As Administrative Assistant from January 1st, 2001 to December 10th, 2006. As Acting City Clerk from December 11th to 2006 to December 1st, 2008. And as City Clerk from December 2nd, 2008 to the present, demonstrating exceptional commitment and longevity in public service. And whereas throughout her tenure, Karen has provided exemplary administrative support for the legislative governing body, including preparation of agendas, public notices and minutes, serving with professionalism and attention to detail. And whereas Karen has expertly managed the city's records, collected and disseminated public information, maintained, updated, and codified the municipal codes of the city, ensuring the accuracy and accessibility of vital public documents. And whereas Karen has served as city elections official for all municipal elections in accordance with the state law, upholding the integrity of the democratic process in our community. And whereas Karen has fulfilled the role of filing officer for Fair Political Practices Commission, conflict of interest statements, maintaining transparency and ethical standards in city government, and whereas as custodian of the city's official seal and with responsibility for execution of official documents, Karen has represented the city with dignity and professionalism in all official matters. And whereas Karen's dedication, institutional knowledge, and unwavering service to the city of Rio Dell over more than 4 decades have been invaluable to the community, to the city council, and the city staff. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed on this 3rd day of February, 2026, by the City Council of the City of Rio Dell that we do hereby express our heartfelt gratitude and appreciation on behalf of the residents and businesses of Rio Dell for the outstanding service of Karen Dunham, and wish you well and best in your well-deserved retirement.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. In witness whereof, I hereunto set my hand and cause the seal of the City of Rio Dell to be affixed this 3rd day of February, 2026.
Thank you very much.
And now instead of calling her Karen, we will call her Shorty for the rest of the
Yeah. Don't say it.
Public presentations. This is the time for persons who wish to address the council on any matter not on this agenda and over which the council has jurisdiction. As such, a dialogue with the council or staff is not allowed under the Ralph M. Brown Act. Items requiring council actions not listed on this agenda may be placed on the next regular agenda for consideration if the council directs, unless a finding is made by at least 2/3 of the council that the item came up after the agenda was posted and is of an urgency nature requiring immediate action. Please limit comments to a maximum of 3 minutes. Public. Hello. Welcome.
Rick Pellrin, 127 Metropolitan Heights. Wish to congratulate Karen for thank you for all your service and congratulate you on your retirement.
Thank you.
Karen has run a tight ship around. Get things going like a well-oiled machine. Additionally, I just wanted to mention that our senior exercise group has been able to acquire 10 chairs, and it's through an act of cooperation between the Fortuna Senior Center and our resource center. And because we have a growing group of seniors there in the exercise class. And so that's a real cool thing. And also, again, to express my appreciation for your honor and the city council. Because each time that we have asked, you have responded and been able to help us out during times of need, and then and providing us a place to work out. And so it's an amazing thing to see the vibrant senior community. They're working out, achieving their goals. So it's a really nice thing. I just wanted to, again, express my appreciation. Thank you.
Thank you. Any hands raised? Any emails? So we will close public presentations and move to the consent calendar. I would like to pull item 3. Does anyone on council like to pull the other item? No, no. Okay. And is there a motion to approve items 1? And anyone from the public want to make comments on the consent calendar? Okay, then I would ask for a motion to approve items 1 and 2 on the consent calendar. I so move. Second. We have a motion and a second. Motion carries 4-0. And on the general plan on page 16 of the plan? 17. The last paragraph, 10, on sign regulation amendments. And on here, item number 3, let's see, rezone a portion of the city's wastewater disposal field on the west side of 101 to facilitate a total of 3 billboards, including a community-oriented billboard for use in the Chamber of Commerce. It was only 1. And I'm not going to miss that. It's not going to get by me. We were very clear. It was only going to be 1. So that needs to be changed in the general plan report to, on the west side, a 1 community-oriented building. Yeah, good catch. I didn't know, Kevin's not here, so I can't talk to him about it, but.
Yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll continue this item to the next meeting and bring it back. Travis just pointed out some formatting issues that we also just recently switched to printer and we've been having.
Yeah, there's some black lines,
So-
yeah,
So for some of you, there may be some of the text is blacked out in certain sections.
yes.
And I'm kind of just now realizing that. So I'd like to actually just continue this item and you are correct, Mayor, it is, that does need to be corrected. So.
Then we will not vote on this, we will pull it and it will be on the next agenda, meeting. The next meeting's agenda. All right. Okay. We'll move on to staff, city manager staff update, page 31 in our packets.
All right. Thank you, Mayor Barnes and members of the council. We have been engaging in a recruitment drive for our city clerk position. We will be scheduling interviews tomorrow for an initial batch of those applicants. But we have actually received like a good amount of interest in the position. I think there were over 84 applications to sift through, so that's quite a bit. And yeah, we'll be continuing to work on narrowing that selection down for our next city clerk. With that, I'm happy to try to answer any questions that the council may have or any questions of staff. So thank you.
Thank you. Mayor Pro Tem?
No questions. There were 3 cats transported to Miranda's, which, we like it when it says 0, but no dogs. So that's something. I really do think that we're doing a little bit better on the animal control front. And I just want to take this opportunity to remind everybody that we do have a lovely spay neuter voucher program and spring is coming. And that is the season when animals reproduce. So thank you, police department, for the work that you do with animals and just in general. I always want to thank the public works staff for all the work that you do too. And our city hall staff has been just very, very wonderful as always too. So that is my comment. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Orr?
No question.
Councilmember Hold
No question.
Okay, and I want to thank everyone. I have no questions. I do have a comment and I'll talk to the chief about it later, but there is a huge dog poop on the sidewalk issue. And I don't know how we can resolve that. Anyone listening, if you have a pet, pick it up. I mean, that's just simple. I mean, it's not deep. It's not a big deal. If your pup poops on the sidewalk or anywhere, really, pick it up. But it's gotten really, really difficult down from, the worst is from Columbus to Edwards, but it's getting worse. It seems like every day someone's letting their dog out. I don't know what's happening. So before we have to get some kind of crazy no dogs outside rule, pick up after our pups. Are there any questions from public, members of the public? Hand raised, emails?
Dismiss.
Okay. And we will close this and move on to special call items. Authorize the city manager to award the bid for Painter Street sewer line replacement project to Mercer Fraser Company Incorporated for $1,570,283.50, and authorize the city manager to enter into a construction agreement with Mercer Fraser Company in coordination with the city attorney. Page 36 in our packets. City manager.
Thank you, Mayor Barnes, members of the council. So you may recall that back in May of 2025, the council approved a resolution to enter into a funding agreement with the Water Resources Control Board to receive $1.49 million in grant funding for the Painter Street sewer line replacement project, which we have been awarded. At the conclusion of our bidding process with the city engineer, Mercer Frazier was determined to be the low bidder for the project at $1.570, $283.50, leaving a gap in funding of about $80,000, plus additional contingencies for the project. So this figure is actually very close to the target, and is generally received by staff as a favorable bid. Staff is working with the State Water Resources Control Board to help bridge this gap in financing, and has been told such funding would be likely. This is a high priority project for the state, in addition to being a high priority project for this city council and the city. And so we do expect to be through the final budget approval process to be awarded some additional funding to cover the gap. If not, we will come back with some alternative actions related to this, again, high priority project. And so just dialing back all the way through a little bit of the history of this, the city's collection system for the sewer system is highly impaired, needs a lot of investment. As all of the ratepayers here know, your combined water and wastewater rates are high for the area. They're not the highest, but they are high, and we know that we can't really, drive the rates any higher than they already are. So we're dependent on grant funding coming in to take care of some of these strategic issues. One of the biggest ones being the final leg into the wastewater treatment plant, AKA the Painter Street line, which actually isn't on Painter Street, but comes off of Painter Street. That area is undersized. It also wasn't particularly constructed well. There are bows and dips in the line. It's gravity fed. So our city engineers have come up with a design strategy to replace that line, and this is the project that we're talking about. So we're trying to eliminate sanitary sewer overflows in this section of the city's collection system. So we're hopeful that this project will be completed this year. We're working very closely and quickly with the state, because the state finance mechanism shut down for about 4 months of the year, right as the construction season begins. But we are continuing to, push this forward as quickly as we possibly can. Attached to your report is the memorandum from the city engineer, GHD, which goes into more detail from an engineering perspective on this particular project. But we are making 2 recommendations here for the council's approval, which would be to go ahead and award the Painter Street Sewer Line project to Mercer Frazier for $1.570 and some change, and authorize the city manager to enter into a construction agreement with Mercer Frazier in coordination with the city attorney. There will likely need to be another agenda item coming forward once we get the final budget approval, because that'll kind of determine our leeway in contingency and that sort of thing. So we don't have any additional actions to recommend at this time. But that is our recommendation. I'm happy to try to answer any questions that you may have.
Thanks, City Manager. Councilmember Woodall?
No.
Councilmember Orr? Mayor Pro Tem?
No questions, let's do it.
Members of the public? Hands? There a motion?
So moved.
A motion, is there a second? Second. There a motion, and a second to authorize the city manager.
I was Frank, really.
I don't know, Nikki. Motion carries 4-0.
All right. It's not.
I haven't said anything about it. I'll just write on it now. All right, ordinances and special resolutions. Approve resolution 1662-2026, updating the wastewater strength classification system, page 44 in our packet. City members.
Thank you, Mayor Garnes and members of the council. So the council asked staff to go back and take a look at some of these issues related to coffee shops and the wastewater strength classification system. So we do have some recommended changes to the format. Just a little bit of some background. In May of 2014, the city adopted a wastewater rate structure based on a study conducted by Bartle Wells Associates, which established a sewer strength classification system based on rate study experience, standard industry practice, and the State Water Resources Control Board's revenue program guidelines. This classification system has been in continuous use since the adoption. The current classification and review applies to coffee shops, facilities that meet the following criteria. So there would be no dishwasher, no garbage disposal, no food preparation on site, and no grease trap installed. Previously, the prior controlling resolution was a little vague, and then it classified such facilities basically as medium strength, so one tier up. And the recommendation based on our current consultant, which is LT Consultants, but it's basically the offshoot of Bartle Wells because these are employee owners who did the original study, are recommending that in this case that a coffee shop without those amenities can be classified as domestic strength. And so that's new guidance from our consultant. And so the attached resolution simply changes and only changes the attachment to the original resolution. It would basically update the wastewater strength classification system to reclassify qualifying coffee shops to domestic strength, clarify the nomenclature to specify that coffee shops without dishwashers, garbage disposals, et cetera, including facilities with no food preparation would be in that category. This resolution also authorizes a refunding of the difference in classifications to July 1st, 2025, our current fiscal year. And again, we're in this specific case, the reclassification would only affect one business and which would retroactively refund them. So there's no major impact to the rate structure. So also just another, since we're on the topic of rate structures, the city, and again, this hasn't been touched since 2014 until tonight. The city is scheduled to be conducting its next five-year wastewater rate study and water rate study within about the next 18 months or so. So the best practice is to do that every 5 years. And the city has been doing that every 5 years since I've been here. And so we will direct our consultant to be comprehensively reviewing the classification to provide recommendations for meeting current industry standards, make sure that those classifications are in line with our other jurisdictions, and then also to make sure that there's some enhanced clarity for staff implementation, because it is quite vague in the original resolution. And so we want to see some enhanced clarity for ease for the staff to implement the project or to implement the strength categories. So with that, I don't have anything else to add to the staff report, but I'm happy to try to answer any questions that the council may have.
Thank you, City Manager. Pretty clear. Clear. No questions. Councilmember Wood, Councilmember Orr, members of the public. Anything else? Then I will ask for a motion to approve resolution 1662-2026, updating the wastewater strength classification system.
So moved.
Have a motion, we have a second. Second. Have a motion and a second, motion carries 4-0. And that brings us to council reports and communications. Mayor Pro Tem.
Thank you. I attended the Chamber of Commerce meeting yesterday, that focused largely on Wally Copini's Fiesta del Rio event that will be held this summer. And that is a celebration of South American culture. And it sounds like it might be really cool. And we've got bands and games and sponsorships, and he's really putting in the work. So that will occur sometime in June. I will keep you posted on that. I believe the Chamber is also going to move forward doing the same St. Patrick's Day event that they did last year at the Scotia Lodge, which will take place in March. I don't have a date off the top of my head, but I'll keep you posted. On January 22nd, I was in Sacramento and attended the Cal City's Community Services Policy Committee, and it was important. I had to fight to be on this committee, and I'm really glad I ended up on that committee. So it's important stuff that really matters to the city of Rio Dell and is right up my alley. So I will keep you posted on that as the legislative session proceeds, and that's it for me. Thank you.
Councilmember Woodall?
No, I just wanted to thank Karen again. It's been 24 years that we've been working together.
Wow.
And you weren't supposed to retire until I quit. It was November, so you could. That's a lot. But it's been wonderful working with you.
Thank you, Councilmember Orr.
I have nothing to report, but yes, thank you, Karen. It's been a pleasure.
And I just want to give a shout out to, I'm doing it first, the shout out to the fire department and the police department and the city staff. We had an emergency here last week, and things could have gone sideways, but because of the focus, because of the speed of the reactions of the staff, the police department, the fire department was here, I think my understanding was 3 minutes.
Wow.
And things turned out as best they could. So just a shout out and a forwarded message to say thank you for that reaction, and thank you for getting everything, all those ducks in a row so quickly. I had a Cal Cities meeting as well, environmental quality. I got a shout out for a roundtable that I participated in regarding earthquakes and the FEMA and the response from FEMA, which it was not a response. They're going to go back, we're going to go back to the assembly to reintroduce the bill that will help community members this coming season of legislation. And they told me that I would be invited back to testify again, so we can just have to keep running at it till you get somewhere. I agree that the community services is the place for Amanda. If anybody can get anything for the city out of that committee, it will be Amanda. And so we are very excited for that. And thank you, Karen, for everything. I have been here not as, nearly as long as Julie, but I appreciate everything you did. And unfortunately for you, I know where you live.
Yes.
So I think that is all. Seems like there was something else, but all I can remember in the moment. So is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Oh, and I was going to say, I would guess, even though it's on your head, March 17th. But
there was some tweaking of dates that happened.
Okay.
I don't know.
There have a motion, is there a second?
Second.
Motion. Until February 17th.
Okay.
Oh, we see. I have not seen it before. I think it's.
Why do you guys look confused?
We'll find out in the morning.
This is a lot of